I'm gonna try and summarize this again. It might be a little weak on my summary here, just because I'm still trying to understand your business completely. But I do know this: there is a TMS that is specifically for people who are shipping bulk, and bulk is not containerized. So when you think about an ocean shipping, or you think about a rail car that you can physically go in and take product out, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about those containers that might be a tanker. It might hold grain, might be some sort of chemicals. These, would you say it's 40% of all the cars are filled with?
Yeah, come through our system on any given day. Yep.
Yeah. And so this is a different animal, and it doesn't necessarily. Matt has worked in a whole bunch of different transportation management systems. When he says those don't work for bulk, I believe him. So there's a reason some of the biggest shippers in America are working with you guys. And again, when we think of bulk, it is usually the stuff coming out of the ground, whether it's oil or gas or agriculture, some sort of chemical. This is the stuff that is going to be processed into the goods and services we get. It's not the stuff that we're delivering to homes. So a lot of what we talked about today is the class one railroads, the very biggest railroads that are going all the way across the country. Then there's the class two railroads. Those are the guys who might be going, as you said, maybe 5 miles. I think the longest one might be 100 miles. And those are usually going to some sort of processing facility or somewhere where they are offloading the gas onto those rail cars. And those rail cars, they move back to the class one, so the stuff can be moved across the country. It is an intricate dance that's going on because you'd have limited. It's like you have one road going all the way there. It works really well if you have high volume. This is what we typically are working on. And so you guys have built a unique transportation management system, which is IntelliTrans, and it is really going after companies that specialize in this. So if you're in metals, agriculture, chemicals, ag, this will help you eliminate those blind spots across rail, truck, and barge, and also get to those when it gets to the port. This is a tool you're going to need. Separately, they have the same issue we do with the rest of the business, which is these data silos where all of your information is not in the same place, so you can't easily make decisions. IntelliTrans pulls that information in. And increasingly, you've always cleaned it up manually, and now you're starting to use AI to clean that up. Hallelujah. Also, in this difficult business, there are a lot of overcharges, overpayments, and you don't want to be paying extra, especially if it can't be proven. If somebody just says, hey, it's an extra $1,500, you're like, why? What did we do? They can help you with that. They're going to do the, do you guys actually do the audits, or you just give them the tools so they
Oh,
can
we
do the
audit.
audit?
Yeah, we audit. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, we'll audit the invoices and everything. Yep.
I love it. And then optimizing asset utilization. So you're leasing these rail cars that might come to your facility or to your vendor's facility. And those assets, they're expensive. So it's just like having a truck fleet, and you say, hey, I got 30 of these cars. And Matt and his team say, geez, you only need like 13. You guys are really not using them properly. And let's face it, if you're in one of those yards, you might get in the mindset of, you never know, right? That one I'm using for parts. Who knows what mentality you're bringing to the party, but we're all trying to get more efficient. And so if you can say, Matt and his company help me get rid of a few cars, I'm assuming it's going to more than pay for the IntelliTrans investment. Anyway, also rail, we should mention cleaner and greener. If you're trying to meet your environmental impact goals, you should be considering rail. Anyway, Matt Everson, put a big old bow on this one. Final thoughts on the topic.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate it. That's a great summary. I think the expertise we have in these industries is outstanding, right? We've been around a long time. And so if you're having a problem with any additional charges or maintaining data in a way that you want to make sense of it when these bulk and break bulk shipments and within these industries we discussed, we can help, right? And we've done so many times. And if you're not tracking it, you're not managing it, right? Let us help you. We can help you.
Yep. Man, I didn't ask this. I probably should have. When people come to IntelliTrans, when they finally call you or your team back, finally say, okay, Matt, what is the final straw? Are they coming from we've been using Excel spreadsheets, or are they using a TMS that wasn't built for this? What tool are they moving from when they move to IntelliTrans?
Yeah, great question. One of two is pretty much most common. First, we call them greenfield, not using a system, mainly spreadsheets, mainly emails. That's
Oh, that's a painful thing right there.
that is a painful thing. And the other piece of it is if they're only using a rail TMS for tracking, right? Because there are rail TMSs that do a decent job of tracking the shipment without much insight, of course, but a full rail TMS should do everything from managing leases, as we mentioned, and maintenance, repair, and your yard, and giving you insights on what to do.
They're coming from a little less comprehensive tool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So those are pretty common.
Yeah. Matt, I've said this many times on my podcast, like a broken record. For a long time, we just wanted visibility. And then when we got visibility, we realized I want to stop. I want to stop what's going wrong. I don't want to just see it going wrong. When you see, hey, there's going to be an accident over there. No, you want the ability to stop that accident, stop that overpricing. And that's why you need the comprehensive tool that IntelliTrans brings.